Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to the 34th episode of Fallout 4 Mods Weekly. Today we have a handful of weapon mods as well as a cool new gadget for your character. Now really quick before we begin the video, if you are watching this the day that this video releases, tomorrow there will be a special little treat coming out. The Skewer, my very own standalone weapon mod, actually the first of my own standalone weapon mods, is going to be releasing along with a video covering all of its details. So if that's something you've been looking forward to, stay tuned, it is coming tomorrow, November 1st. Now then, let's go ahead and jump in with the video and our first mod. The first mod we'll be taking a look at in this video is actually part of a little mod pairing, and that is going to be the Browning M1918A2, also known as the Browning Automatic Rifle, by AnotherOne, aka RetroPaladin. This mod is going to add the BAR into Fallout 4. This is something that many people are familiar with, especially in the Fallout franchise if you've played through the Fallout New Vegas Dead Money DLC, or if you're just a World War II history buff. This iteration of the BAR has a fully custom model and texture, custom animations and sounds, and even some really cool modifications that are pretty historically accurate. For example, different fire rates that you can change at the weapons workbench. So if you have a fully automatic BAR, you can actually change the fire rate to be faster or slower, which is something that was actually a feature of the BAR in real life. This weapon does have scripted leveled list integration, meaning you'll find it out in the world on enemies, and there's also a static spawn over at Fort Hagen where you can pick this up guaranteed. Now, a big thing with this BAR by RetroPaladin is that it features a new framework that he created, which is going to allow for a functional ammo counter that you can mount into multiple positions on the weapon with some different styles. So as you shoot the weapon, the ammo counter will actually display the amount of rounds left in your magazine, which is great if you're somebody who plays without a HUD. Additionally, these ammo counters can actually be customized so you can have some more tactical digital versions or even some lore-friendly Nixie tubes. Definitely a really cool addition and cool to see it coming out with this Browning. Now, I said the Browning was part of a pair of weapon mods, and that's because the next mod we're taking a look at is the VZ52, also by AnotherOne, aka RetroPaladin. This mod adds the VZ52, which is going to come with a lot of similar features to the Browning Automatic Rifle, and they were both released together at the same time. So this VZ is going to feature that same ammo counter that we just saw in the Browning Automatic Rifle, along with a lot of very similar attachments and scopes, and also the same leveled list integration, also a static location at Fort Hagen, right above where the BAR spawns. So you can grab both of these at the same time if you're running both of these mods in your load order. So like I said, the VZ52 has a lot of similar features to the Browning Automatic Rifle, however in a much different package. Rather than the 308 that the Browning shoots, this VZ52 is chambered in 5mm, giving you a nice use for that 5mm round that is typically only available for the minigun. Additionally, this thing has a built-in bayonet that can be fully extended at the weapons workbench, which adds a nice little bit of flair to separate it from the Browning. Personally, I really like the style of this weapon, and I think it fits the Fallout aesthetic very well. Of course, that's bound to happen when you have some wood furniture and gunmetal. That's typically going to make any weapon look great in Fallout. So if you're looking for some retro rifles to add into your Fallout 4 load order, I highly recommend checking out the BAR and the VZ52. Moving on, we have not a weapon mod, but rather a little gadget, and that's going to be the Tactical Tablet by Old Pot. This is going to add a new sort of pip pad, if you will, which is going to replace your Pip-Boy for a new modern tablet. Now, there's a lot of you out there who do enjoy the Pip-Pad style of mods, which will help to show off some of your armors without the Pip-Boy getting in the way. Now, if you are a modern tactical mod lover, then I think this is definitely going to be your new go-to compared to the Pip-Pad. I know a lot of you out there are more into the immersive lore-friendly side of things, but there are a handful who really just want to take the Fallout out of Fallout and mod it into a completely different game, and this is something that allows you to do that. You still have an inventory management system that is a little bit more realistic from the Fallout side of things in just the form of a tablet. And this thing works pretty well. There's not much more to say about it, it's just a model replacer, but it's really cool. This thing no longer accepts holotapes, so if you need to load up something that would normally take a holotape, it just skips the animation and loads it right up, which is honestly pretty convenient because it makes it much faster. Definitely an interesting take on an inventory management screen. I really like the look of this one. Even if it's not super lore friendly, this is still a really cool piece of work. Back on the weapon side of things, we actually have a new melee weapon, and that is going to be the Fallout 4 New Vegas Wooden Crutch by ShimSham. So if you've played Fallout New Vegas or Fallout 3, you may have seen these wooden crutches scattering the wasteland. Well, now they're actually a functional melee weapon, which is a pretty cool idea. I've always liked improvised weaponry in Fallout. Just grabbing anything around you to be able to be used to defend yourself just makes a lot of sense. And these things are actually integrated into the Wasteland very well. Whenever you find them, you'll be finding them at different medical centers. So you'll be able to find one at Kendall Hospital, the Mega Surgery Center, the Medford Memorial Hospital, and even the Milton General Hospital. This crutch does come with upgrades at the weapons workbench, but as I was testing it, there does not seem to be any physical change to the model. You do get the stat increase from the different barbed and bladed features. However, like I said, it does not change the model itself, so I don't know if this is something that is going to be fixed in the future, or perhaps this is just how it is. Or who knows, maybe there's just a bug on my end. Either way, this is a cool, unique melee weapon, gives us a taste of stuff that's going to be coming out in the Fallout 4 New Vegas project, and now you can beat down super mutants with medical equipment. Win-win for everybody. Except the mutant, of course. And then finally, we have the 40K Auto Guns by Jay Snyder and Ragnar1313. This is going to add some autoguns from the Warhammer 40K franchise. Specifically right now, it is the M40 Auto Gun. However, there are plans to be adding more weapons over time. So, that being said, this is a work in progress mod, so anything is subject to change. Like I said, they are planning to add even more weapons in the future, and right now there are a couple of little bugs, but those are just something to wait for updates, and they will be fixed over time. If you want to get your hands on one of these autoguns, you can craft it at the chemistry station along with its brand new caseless ammunition, and there are a ton of modifications you can add to this thing, including a bunch of different barrel types that will actually change your firing mode. For example, you can have plasma rounds, shock rounds, or even incendiary rounds, all of which are going to deal some really heavy damage. This weapon does have a super fast fire rate, and combined with all of the different barrel types, you are going to dish out some damage very heavily. So this is kind of an OP weapon, but that makes sense given that the 40K guns are usually pretty heavy. Again, using its own custom caseless ammunition, which, by the way, even though it is caseless ammunition, currently you do still eject cases. I'm hoping that is something that will be fixed in the future to stay a little bit lore friendly to the 40K franchise. Either way, work in progress or not, if you're a fan of 40K and you want to check out some weapons from that franchise in Fallout 4, this is definitely a cool one to add to your arsenal. I know there's a handful out there already, but this is definitely one that'd be worth looking into, especially if it keeps getting added to over time like the author promises. Now, speaking of 40K, there are an awful lot of 40K mods, surprisingly, for Fallout 4, along with mods for other video games, which is something I've actually been tossing around in my head for a while now, and I've seen it brought up a couple times in the comments. Really quick, I just wanted to ask you guys how you would feel about some new episodes of Mod Bundle where we actually overhaul Fallout 4 to be a completely different game. For example, 40K is a franchise that you could definitely do this with. You can easily remove the super mutants in place of orcs, all of the weapons in place of 40K weapons, along with armors and other NPCs, and we can do this with other things like Gears of War, or Halo, or even Borderlands. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. It's something I want to try, but I want to make sure it's something you guys would be interested in first. So let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see that, along with what game you would like to see in Fallout 4's engine. Alright, I think that just about wraps it up for this week's Mods Weekly. I hope you guys enjoyed and found at least some mods out here that you want to try out yourself. If you do, they will be linked down in the description below, along with Xbox links if they are available. With that, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to drop a rating, subscribe if you haven't already for more videos just like this, and happy Halloween, everybody. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace. And really quick, I'd like to make a shout out to all of our patrons. Your donations are greatly appreciated and really help to support the channel and videos just like this one. So again, thank you.